I'm Josh Nahm, Director of Instruction here at the Firekeeper Golf Course in Mayetta, Kansas, and today we're going to talk about pitching. All of us have seen Tiger Woods' struggles with the short game recently, and you'll hear a lot of commentators talk about him not using the bounce or digging in with the leading edge. But what does that actually mean? I have here a 58-degree TaylorMade with 14 degrees of bounce, and what that basically means is this lower back edge of the wedge is coming down at a 14-degree angle from this leading edge. So when I set this club up flat, the leading edge of the wedge is actually higher up than the back edge. Well, why is this important? How is this going to help us when it comes to chipping or pitching? When we use the bounce, you'll see a lot of times that the club bounces off the ground. It's kind of like a wing on an airplane where it causes lift and the club bounces off the ground, as opposed to using this leading edge, which tends to dig into the ground. So using bounce is very helpful off of any sort of tight lie because it keeps the club from digging into the ground. But how do we use the bounce? Well, in order to utilize bounce when we're chipping and pitching, we first need to introduce the bounce. So anytime we set up to a ball, we're going to open the face a little more, which allows the bounce. The second thing we're going to do is make sure we introduce the bounce at impact. Now, if I set up like this with the face open and my hands pretty much even with the club head, not too forward or back, I have bounce on the club. I need to get this club back to this point at impact in order to utilize the bounce. One of the things I hear all the time is have the hands forward, have a descending blow, hit down on chips and pitches. Well, when we do that, we take away the bounce, we introduce the leading edge. That's when you see a lot of digging. So what we're going to do here is we're going to move the ball forward so we don't hit down on it too much, so we have more of a sweeping blow. We're going to keep our hands even with the club head. In the takeaway, we're not going to hinge the club up too much. We're going to make more of a putting stroke. And we're really going to work on impact, getting back to this position where our hands are even with the club head. We're not going to try to drag the hands forward. We're not going to try to de-loft the club. We're going to try to start here, return here, and through. So here's a drill I want you guys to practice at home. When you set up for this shot, keep a fairly narrow stance with the ball right off the inside of the left foot. We're going to unhinge the wrists or lift the hands up so we take that hinge out of it. And from there, we're just going to work on swinging back and through, keeping the arms straight and letting the club head pass our hands, and listen for that club to bounce off the ground. Let me show you a little demonstration. Now, if I were to get my hands way forward at address or move the ball back, now you're going to see more of a hitting down, descending blow where that club gets stuck in the ground. It's kind of the issues Tiger's having right now. So when you practice your chipping, open the face, narrow the stance, keep the hands high, and work on making a little putting stroke where the club just thumps the ground through and you utilize the bounce, and you're going to become a lot better chipper.